Ready? Ready. Hi, I'm Gillian. I'm an online running and nutrition coach based in Toronto.
I'm Andrew. I'm married to her.
And I've kind of, I don't know, bribed you to kind of come along.
Well, there's no reward for me.
My love.
Okay.
My love
Yeah,
is the reward.
I've been bribed then, yeah. Yeah.
So this is a 3-part series where we're talking about our Walt Disney World Marathon experience. The first video we talked about everything pre-race, so training, costume preparation, where we stayed, expo, all of the kind of pre-race stuff. Mm-hmm. The second one was the race itself, so from us arriving to running around the parks, any hints and tips that we had. And then we left on a bit of a cliffhanger, I think, from the last version.
Will they finish?
Oh, will they, will they not? So if you haven't watched those other two and you're interested in hearing about the Walt Disney World Marathon, then please go have a look. Yeah, spoiler alert, we did finish the race. It was wonderful. So this is the medal that we were running for. It says, let me put it around this way, if you can dream it, you can do it. Yes, Mr. Mickey himself. I don't know if I actually had that in shot. There we go. So yeah, it's a really, really nice medal. Disney really know how to do really, really pretty medals. Mm-hmm. And it's really heavy, really heavy.
Satisfyingly heavy, isn't
it? Like you feel like you've earned it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a nice one. Mm-hmm. And it's a really pretty lanyard with the sparkles on the 25 years, because it was obviously the anniversary of them starting marathon, or the races around Disney. I think in 1994 was when it started. So yeah, it was really nice kind of finishing the race with this bad boy. Mm-hmm. And this was your first marathon, yeah, so it was extra special.
Nice medal for my first one, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. It's so nice. So yes, as we're running through Epcot, we're about to kind of get our medal. Minnie and Mickey are there kind of high-fiving people. Yeah. I don't think they were allowing people to stop and take photos with them. I think they were kind of pushing you through. And there was the cheer squad section, so if you want to pay more for your loved ones to come and see you finish the race, you have to pay for that in luxury. So there was quite a few people cheering in the stands just at the finish line, and it was nice that the MC was like announcing people that were coming across the finish line. Mm-hmm. And just a note, for all races, they will have strips on the ground to record your time. So make sure that you run over both of those strips, and that you don't stop running at the first one, because the clock's still ticking. So make sure that you run sort of that 10, 15 meters, whatever it is, after the first strip, after the finish line strip, and kind of get over to that next one, so that you've got your time. What else was there at the finish line? Like just at the finish line, there was obviously the photographers. Yeah. And despite us holding hands, like
that over the finish line. Mm-hmm.
A lot of the photographers, a lot of the photos that we had, it was just a picture of me holding Andrew's hand, or Andrew holding my hand,
but not the other person. Actually.
No, I thought it was kind of funny that we're clearly running together. Yeah. Yet
they didn't
think to take photos of both of us. Not a big deal. Not a big deal at all. But yeah, we mentioned in the second part to make sure that you've got your bib number clearly displayed, so you do get the photos. You don't want to miss out on some of the really great photos. So make sure that it's either on your chest, your stomach, your legs, not
on your butt.
Not on your butt. No. If you want to know what that's all about, you can check out the second video.
Unless you want a behind shot, of course. You know, if that's your preference.
A behind shot. Yeah. I guess so. And so we didn't pay for the photography package. No. We just typically don't pay for
just take our own photos.
Pictures anyway. Yeah, we take our own. Yeah. But it's quite good that for Disney, you just pay one fee and you get all of them. So certainly if you are running the race and this is something that you want to do, get all the photos taken, because it's one price for them all. So definitely kind of stop and get as many pictures as you can. And at the end of the race, when you've got your medal, there's kind of booth stations set up that you can get photos taken with your medals. And if you ran the other races, so it's called a Dopey challenge, when you do the 5k, 10k, half marathon and marathon 4 days in a row, they have like props that you can use to kind of show that you've done all these races. And once you've done the marathon, if you have done the Dopey, you also get the Dopey medal as well, which was pretty neat that year. It was one of the dwarfs, but it was Dopey. And his eyes were green jewels, so that was a really fun medal. So yeah, if you've ran a challenge, you'll get your challenge medals as well. But it's just nice to take those extra photos.
There can be quite long lines for those,
really
those
long
booths.
lines.
So if you want those photos, then you might have to wait a little bit for them.
We didn't bother.
No, we didn't, no.
I think because we'd taken a lot of pictures anyway. And because we weren't buying the photography package anyway, wasn't something that we were interested in doing. But the lines were pretty long, even though we were probably at the tail end of time kind of coming to the finish line. Like we really took our time on the race. We did it in 6 hours 30 and 16 seconds. I always write the time on the back of the medal so I don't forget. It was still fairly busy.
And the booths and the tents, it was
still pretty busy.
Still a lot of people there.
So once we'd got our medal and we'd kind of shuffled through, there was obviously lots of portaloos, lots of porta potties. You got water and drinks, and there was obviously first aid as well. And we did go and see someone.
Yeah, I got some ice for my knee, but they were great, really fast.
Really fast.
Really quick, no messing around. Just give me ice pack and strapped it up for me. And
you were kind of limping into the section, and we're like, we just need ice.
They're really friendly as well, really nice. So.
And it was nice, like, you got that strapped up for a while and you kind of just rested it and
that's fine.
Felt better. And then once you'd kind of got your knee sorted, we then went and got our food. So at the end of the race, they have little tents set up where you can pick up your lunchbox, which I think is really cute. And it also has a banana on top as well. So it's nice that it's quick and easy to kind of just hand you a box. And because we were later coming through than like a lot of the runners had already gone past, I believe that they were allowing runners to take more than one because they had extras. Now that's only going to happen at the tail end of the race. So if you're running it in 3, 4, even possibly 5 hours, they're not going to be given extras out. But because we were at the kind of tail end, they were giving some people extras. So again, I'm surprised this is still in decent shape. This is still a lot of moves, but I like it for memories. I keep letters in it and it sits on my desk. But it's just a nice little box. If I've got a picture of the contents, I'll insert it now. But it was just nice to kind of sit, and we had our banana, and we're just kind of sitting relaxed. There was a big, I don't know if we were in a car park or something.
I think it was a car park, actually. Yeah, it was like a big open concrete space anyway that they put the portaloos and the tents were up, but there was quite a lot of space there to actually sit. Of space. Like, it wasn't like you were crowded in or like near a lot of people.
And it did seem to be just the thing that people did, just sat and hung out with friends. Whereas typically at races, I don't think I've ever been at a race where people have sat down at
not like that,
essentially
not for,
the finish line.
Yeah, for a long time, some people as well, not really.
Yeah.
No.
Like when we did the Toronto Zoo run, there was a grassy part. So once you'd finished the race, got your medal, and you were kind of coming through the booth area, there was grass. And the people were sitting on, and there was yoga and all that kind of stuff. So that I understand.
They were serving food and things as well, though.
But this it was just a new experience for us, just sitting in, and we did take advantage of that. We sat there for quite some time with Andrew with his ice on his knee, just kind of processing that
just
we'd
taking it all in,
done it. And there was a couple of YouTubers, RunDisney YouTubers that we had followed at the time, and that we were kind of keeping an eye out for, but we didn't see them. No. That was fun.
Yeah, that was good. Yeah, nice to just sit there and relax for a bit. Yeah,
very much so.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, once we'd kind of finally peeled ourselves up off the ground, which can be very hard once you run a marathon, struggled up, and we then headed towards where the buses are to take us back to our resort. So if you've not seen other vlogs, we stayed at the Grand Floridian. So it was super simple to find the bus area. And there was plenty of buses as well. Like, there were just the standard Disney buses, and the bus was there, but it did take a long time for us to, I guess, for the bus to fill up and go. Or it felt like a long time. It was maybe like
probably
20 minutes?
Maybe 10, 15 minutes, I don't know, maybe, but yeah, it was, they just wait to fill it up. They don't want to leave unless it's like reasonably full, I think.
But when you're exhausted, and you just want to get back,
it's kind of,
and you're like peeling your eyes open, because I think you maybe slept.
Maybe,
Because you were just exhausted.
Tired,
it was just, and then, go back to the resort. And yeah, it was really nice coming off the bus. Again, a struggle. If you've ran a marathon, you know that it's hard to walk downstairs. Really hard. Because it wasn't one of the standard buses that's got the wheelchair access. It's more of a coach, so you kind of to walk down. And then, a lot of the staff at the Grand Floridian were congratulating us as we were walking through the lobby, which at this point was significantly busier than when we left at like 3 in the morning.
Something like that,
and it was just nice to be home. We got back to our room, and I think did we jump in the shower straight away, or did we do foam rolling and stuff first? I think we just...
I can't imagine I did any foam rolling, but,
Yeah. So I don't know which order we did it in, but...
I think you probably did do foam rolling first.
Probably
actually.
did.
Yeah, I think
probably did. So I'll talk about that first. So whenever I go on any vacation, whether it's just for a night or whether it's for a racecation, I always take foam rolling devices with me so I can, foam roll, I guess. So this is essentially just a lacrosse ball. So I got this from Canadian Tire a few years ago for $7.99. And I really like it. It's really firm versus like a tennis ball that has quite a bit of give. This is completely solid, and I really like using this for my legs, my butt, my shoulders, and it doesn't weigh that much. And then this one is the Gold's Gym, and I really like how it moves with kind of the movement. So I typically use this for my legs and feet predominantly. So I always take these with me regardless of where I'm going on vacation, because it's just nice to kind of have them. And they're lightweight, they're small. So I will have done my foam rolling. You likely wouldn't have
ever done it in my life, have I?
Definitely once or twice.
Maybe once or twice.
Once or twice. And then showering, a tip that it works fantastic for us, and I think it's definitely something that anybody could incorporate for any racecation, is after a race, typically you would throw all of your gear in the machine and be done with it. But if you are on holiday, you might want to go and do laundry and use a laundromat. We do. So a tip would be, when you jump in the shower, and whether it's a shower cubicle or it's got a bath, put all of your gear at the bottom of the bath or the showers, and let the runoff water kind of get right in there. And then once you've finished your shower, obviously squeeze out all the water, and at that point you can kind of just hang it up to dry if you want. Or if you take any laundry powder or liquid, you kind of do just a quick and dirty hand wash in the sink, and it just makes it so much easier for when you get home, that you're not then peeling out crunchy, smelly.
Oh, you got to pack it in your suitcase as well, don't you?
That's the thing. So it helps. It gets rid of the sweat. It gets rid of the salt. It gets rid of the smell. It just is much fresher and cleaner. Like, obviously it's not completely clean, but like you said.
If you're there for another week on holiday, then it's pro tip for sure.
Definitely a pro tip. Hands down, I think that's probably, if you take one thing from this series,
do that.
Take that and do it for all your racecations. It's an absolute winner. And then we pretty much just spent the day chilling. I think there's two kinds of runners. There's the runner that does a marathon or a half marathon and does nothing for the rest of the day and just chills and eats and sleeps and drinks. And then there's the other runner that goes and does things. So we were not the ones that went and did things. Like, a lot of people went to the parks that day.
Yeah.
But that was not,
we didn't plan to do that.
We didn't want to, no.
No, we didn't want to.
Like, it was, having been up from 2, 3 a.m. in the morning, we were exhausted, and the plan had always been, and that's typically what we do for any races, the plan afterwards, the reward is to then just chill for the rest of the day.
Yeah.
Which we did. And it was epic.
Loved it.
Because obviously
smashed it.
In the Disney sized bed, we had all of our food kind of like laid out on the bed. We probably watched HGTV for
sure.
8+ hours. We did go out and get food at the Grand Floridian.
It was the GMacSpurr Island Grill.
And it was really nice. It was the Grand Floridian's, I'm going to say takeout, but it's not. It's a quick service.
Yeah.
And we'd gone there the night before the race, and it was really good. So we went back again and just got mushroom burgers and fries.
Yeah, yeah.
It was
so good.
Eating real food after a race when all you've been eating is gels and jelly beans and bananas, and it's just nice to have something proper, something savoury. Yeah.
Good.
So that's where we at. Highly recommend it, especially if you are gluten-free. They have a lot of gluten-free options, and I think that burger was vegan.
It was vegan, yeah, it was, yeah.
So they've got a lot of really good options. And yeah, we just chilled the rest of that day. We really didn't do much at all.
Yeah, it was just TV and eating, pretty much.
Sleeping.
Yeah.
Probably posting on social media, because did a race even happen if you didn't post about it?
No. Does anything happen if you don't post about it?
No, I don't think so. And then the next day we wore a medal around town.
Disney Springs.
Around Disney Springs, but around a resort. And we, again, took it fairly easy that day as well. We decided not to go to the parks. We, hung around Grand Floridian, went to the Polynesian, went to Disney Springs.
Yeah.
And just wore our medals, so we felt like celebrities.
That was nice. Other people had medals on too, so you kind of chat to
and you're
people.
Like, good job.
And that was fun.
Yeah. It's
good.
Nice.
Yeah.
And I think that was it. Is there anything else on our list?
No. Probably it.
But yeah, if you ever get the chance to do it, whether or not you're a runner or whether you are, just want to fast walk, because obviously there's the balloon ladies that'll come and scoop you up. But if this is something that you're interested in, if you love Disney, if you love running, if you love fun, then 100% highly recommend it. It's definitely not cheap.
No.
Not only, I guess if you're a Florida resident, then you're just paying for the race itself. But if you have to travel, you've got your flights, you've got your accommodation, and then with the Canadian-US exchange rate, it was
great.
And pricey.
It extends your holiday a bit, because you need some recovery time and a couple of days before as well. But that was good. It was worth it.
It was so much fun. And Disney, specifically Florida, Orlando, they do a lot of races throughout the year. So the one that we picked is in January. And I guess that's kind of, I would consider it the more kind of generic race. It's just Mickey, the gang, whereas throughout the year they've got princess races, they've got Star Wars, food and wine, I can't think of any other themes, but they have different races throughout the year. Some of them have the 4 distances, so the 5K, 10K, half and full. Others just have the half and the 10K. Have a look and see what they've got on offer. If there's a particular theme that you're interested in, then obviously go for that one. Or if there's a particular distance. I think it's only the race that we did is the only one that has the marathon distance. I think the rest are half marathon below. So it was, for us, it was the marathon. We wanted to do the marathon.
The Castaway Key as well.
There's Castaway Key. So if you are lucky enough to be on a Disney cruise and you leave from Florida, one of the stop-offs is Disney's private island called Castaway. Castaway Key. Castaway Key. And what they typically do for the cruise that leaves just after the Walt Disney World Marathon weekend is they do a Castaway Key 5K. So you sign up to that separately and you run a 5K route around the Disney's private island and you get a medal for that as well. So I kind of feel like that's almost like quite a coveted race medal, because it's not a race that just anybody can sign up to. You needed to obviously be on the cruise in order to be able to do the race. So that's definitely something I want to do. I think it would be really, really fun to do. California, Burbank? Is that where it is? Where's the Disney in?
It's Anaheim.
Anaheim. Where's Burbank?
It's in California.
Oh, okay. Anaheim used to do races, but they've not done it for a couple of years now, and it was just mainly due to the construction. So I think they've maybe not been running for about 3 years, and I don't know if there's any word on if they're going to be starting back up. But one thing that I did hear about that one is obviously because Disney doesn't have that much land there, a lot of the race is run out with Disney property completely, whereas for Florida you might be doing the back roads and highways, but it's still Disney property. Whereas the California one, it's not. You're running just down the streets. And then Paris as well, I believe that they do one race, and I think there's a challenge as well if you do a castle to castle, I think it's called. So if you do 2 races in 2 different locations, one of them being Paris, I think the other one possibly being Florida, you get an extra medal because it's an incentive to kind of run both.
You have to do it within the same year though?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. So yeah, Disney's got a lot of races available. They're fantastic. Like, Disney really know how to do a race. Yeah. I loved it. We didn't talk about the hat.
I know, do you want to do the hat now?
Yeah. So because this was the 25th anniversary year, Disney, for the marathon distance, gave every runner a hat at the end. So shall I model it?
Yeah, go for it.
Oh yeah. That could be one of the thumbnails.
Yeah.
Gosh. So yeah, it says Walt Disney World Marathon 25 years running, 1994 to 2018. So yeah, it's really nice. Disney didn't need to do this. I thought it was a really nice touch.
Yeah, a little extra.
A little extra. And I think it was just for the marathon distance. They didn't give it out for any other distances that year. Although I think they do now give out hats occasionally, if not for all of this this race. So I don't know. I don't think it's for the Princess Half or any of that. I think it's just for this race, the January one. But yeah, it's got the plastic ears and the kind of felty material base. But I'm actually surprised at how well this is held up. So this went on it was on a flight from Orlando, Toronto, Vancouver, Victoria, completely fine. And then we moved from Victoria to Toronto. And yeah, both of them are completely fine, no cracks or anything. Yeah,
so sturdy.
Very sturdy. Just a really nice wee extra. I think that's it. I hope you enjoyed this mini series, and if you took anything from any of the videos, it would be, I hope, laundry, bib knot on your butt, and anything else that should be key.
Use the toilets in the parks when you get the chance, not the porta potties.
I thought you were about to say, like, not just like drop trouser and just do it anywhere.
Oh well, yeah, don't do that. Yeah,
that's good. 3 good tips.
3 life hacks for you there.
So thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed this, please subscribe and like and do all of that kind of stuff. We might do some more Disney videos, RunDisney videos, Obviously my channel is running and nutrition related, so anything that we can kind of talk a little bit more Run Disney wise, we will.
Yep.
Hopefully you'll come back and join us.
If they're lucky, yeah.
If they're lucky, if I'm lucky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Check my schedule.
Thank you very much for joining me today.
You're welcome.
And thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
And say anything.
Just smash that like button again. Smash it hard.
Smash it.
Smash it.
But then don't break your keyboard.
No, obviously not. But
No.
I mean, just some enthusiasm would be nice. But,
that would be wonderful.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.